If sleeping until noon is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Ha, same. I'm not lazy. I'm just aggressively prioritizing my REM cycles.
Society says rise and grind, but my body says roll over and nap.
Today, we're talking about sleep, why it's essential, why it's misunderstood, and why your 3 a.m. existential spiral is not a personality trait.
So, fluff your pillow, cancel your 6 a.m. spin class, and let's normalize horizontal living.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Adulthood is a Project, the show where two sisters discuss lessons learned and growth earned through the realities of life. I'm Charlie, and you all know my sister Casey by now, and we're your hosts.
In today's episode, we're going to be discussing sleep. We'll also discuss the ins and outs of why some people need more and how it's viewed by society. Let's get started.
Sleep.
Oh,
I'm
man.
excited.
Sleep, dude.
I love sleep. One of my favorite things to do.
I tell you. It's one of my hobbies. I don't like to bring
For
it up.
sure. Did you say it in job interviews?
Yeah. You know, they're always like, oh, what do you like to do in your spare time? Take naps. Motherfucker, that's what
Nap? Yeah. I love it. Why would I be great for this job? Because between 1 and 2, you can guarantee I'm getting a good nap in.
All right.
I love it.
So I'm in charge of the quiz this week.
Mm.
I think you got this one. I think
Simply
you got
because it. I was like, simply because it is a favorite topic. I hope I nail this.
I think there's only one that might throw you off. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
But it was funny and I had to include it.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. So,
Okay.
what is the name of the sleep disorder that is characterized by uncontrollable episodes of falling asleep during the day?
Is it necrophilia?
No, dude. That's like
Is that
having
the
sex
sex
with
one?
dead people.
Shit. The minute I was saying, I'm like, I don't think that's the right one, but what is that other disorder?
Narcolepsy. Okay.
They both started with N. Oopsie. Okay, I'm starting out strong now.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Which horror movie features a villain who attacks victims in their dreams?
Oh. I got 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better shut the door. Friday the 13th. Or Freddy Krueger, I meant. Freddy Krueger, shit.
I'm like, dude, are you trying to be stupid?
No. I said, I'm counting that win because I said Freddy as soon as I was like, why did I just say Friday the 13th after I sang the Freddy song?
Oh,
9, 10, never sleep again.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I need to be honest and just take that loss because it wasn't even called Freddy. It was Nightmare on Elm Street.
I mean, you knew what I was talking about. I need you to get your head in the game, dude. What the hell are you You're over here having a necrophilia situation.
Just like clearly, it's because I started so horribly that I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to save myself? I don't know, sing the Freddy song and say the wrong movie. Good lord. Okay.
Oh man.
Sorry, listeners. I've been really struggling on the quizzes lately, man. Gonna blame my lack of sleep.
Honestly. No. All right.
Okay.
Now this question I had to throw in here just based on your life changes that are happening.
Great.
What is the most commonly recommended upgrade to improve sleep comfort in an RV?
Like a fan? I think like because the stuff I keep seeing is like they're buying these awesome little fans on Amazon.
The
And like
USB fan.
they
I
like
know what you're talking about. No,
yeah.
honey, you're gonna need a mattress topper, okay? The mattresses that come in
Oh.
RVs are trash.
Wow.
Don't worry, we're not letting you have a trash mattress. Not doing that
To
today.
go with my trailer trash life.
Oh, good. Oh, man.
I am failing miserably today. This might top our charts of how horribly I've done on quizzes.
Horrible you done. And this next one coming up is the one I thought you were totally going to screw up.
Oh, great. Let's watch me nail this one.
Maybe so. Oh, God.
Okay.
What is the term for sexual behaviors performed during sleep, including touching or initiating intercourse? It is not necrophilia. It is not.
Like, I only know what to do with the dead, man. Sleep touching? like instead of sleepwalking, it's sleep sex, sleep touching. I don't know.
It's sexsomnia.
No. I'm like, if you told me the term sexsomnia, I would have assumed it's what you choose to do to put yourself back to sleep when you wake up in the middle of the night.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so nailing it. I'm feeling really good about the quiz today.
Awesome. Doing awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Now, which
Sorry, trying to get it together.
I think you can get this one. Pay attention.
Okay.
Which ancient text includes one of the earliest recorded dream interpretations? The dream involved 7 fat cows and 7 lean cows. ancient text?
The Bible?
Yes.
Ding, ding. Ah, woo. I didn't come out a complete loser.
We really had a comeback there at the end.
Yeah, with the Bible. You're starting with necrophilia. Well, and that was a struggle because you said, what text? And I'm like, text messaging. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, my head then was like, tablets. No, like a text. I'm like, oh, like books. And that took me a minute, clearly, to work around. That was a rough
Yeah.
quiz.
That was rough. I didn't realize it was going to be as hard for you as you thought.
I really thought I was going to have like a CPAP machine or sleep apnea or something like that for my answers today.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't
did
meet
not.
your expectations there.
Oh no, it's good to keep me on my toes. I like it. Doing the old TikTok and I'm like, I don't know what is happening on these quizzes. I don't know, listeners. I think she's trying to set me up for failure to really ambush me.
I honestly figured you would get those so easy. Except for the sexomnia one. Like, oh wait.
I know. It's like I didn't know a single one of those terms.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened there.
Well, that's
Yeah.
all right. Maybe next time.
Maybe if I. I'm like, I'll just blame my lack of sleep. I guess I don't know.
Oh
It's just
man.
slept pretty good last night, but not the point. Yeah.
I just want to say, like, one of my biggest things with sleep is I feel like people look at it as though needing sleep is lazy. And it drives me nuts.
Dude, yeah.
Because
I know.
I'm like, listen, if you need sleep, you need sleep. Just rest up. Your body's got things to do.
For real. And I think what gets me is I think everyone kind of knows by now, but I'm a firm believer in a lot of stuff like on that spiritual side of things. And I really believe when your soul's going through some transitions and whatnot, that just because you're sleeping at night, it's not always a restful sleep because there might be other stuff going on. And so then I may have nothing physically to prove that I need sleep, when at the same time I'm going through so much emotional turmoil or something in here that I need that extra sleep.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show. So it's like unacceptable. And like I said, it's like, oh, you're lazy.
Yeah.
No, just got a lot of shit going on, man.
And that's the other thing too, is just like, I don't think this would not come as a surprise. I tend to be a night owl. I tend to stay up late at night. I like to sleep in the mornings. And you know what's funny is I remember everybody kept telling me, oh, once you have kids, you'll become a morning person. And I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't. Did I get up in the morning? Yes, I did, because I had kids I had to take care of. Was I a morning person? No. I was absolutely like, OMG, why are these damn kids up bothering me right now?
For real.
My kids know I'm not a morning person. They are super aware of it.
Okay. Like when we were younger, I feel like people would always be like, oh, as you get older, you end up waking up earlier.
Right.
I am here in my mid 40s to tell you that is not a true statement for me.
No.
I mean, once in a while I do. There are days where I wake up at 7:30 and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm awake. That's weird. Those days are a lot fewer and further between than me waking up at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
But the 9 a.m. is early for me because it used to never be before 11.
Same. I'm like,
I
9
guess I do
a.m.?
wake up earlier.
Yeah, 9 a.m. is early. If I'm
I agree.
like, yeah, you're really getting on it if you're up at 9.
Right? That's how I feel about it too. Like if I want to watch a sunrise, I got to set an alarm because I'm not going to be up for it. That's for damn sure.
I might have stayed up long enough to see it,
Fair. Same.
but not that I would have gone to bed and gotten up for it.
No. You know what? And I didn't realize this, but if I wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, I might naturally wake up. I'm like, oh, it's 5 a.m. I don't need to be up until 8 or 9. I'm going to turn and go back to bed. I do not have a problem doing that.
Right.
And I've had a lot of people recently who are like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I can't do that. They're like, once I'm awake, I'm awake. I'm like, oh, not me, man. I can go right back to sleep.
I would tell you
Unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
it definitely depends. I mean, I've
Yeah.
had those mornings where I'm up for some ungodly reason at 6 a.m. And I'm like, I wake up because I have
To
to
do
pee.
stuff for this podcast, I'll tell you that.
I know. And then I'm stuck. And I get so mad because I'm like, I just want to go back to sleep. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Who gets up at this hour? Yeah. But no,
Yeah.
I'll be up.
What? And then you can't go back to sleep?
Yeah, sometimes I really can't.
Yeah.
Other times I definitely can't,
I
but
hear.
yeah, sometimes I can't. And so then I just get up and kind of do whatever. I just kind of get started with my day and take a nap later, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've been able to really lean into this crazy sleep schedule of mine with all my changes this past 8 months. Well, 6 months, whatever it's been, 6 months. I've really leaned into this sleep stuff where I'm like, if I'm tired, I just lay down. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If I stay up late doing something, I just stay up. Listeners, it was, gosh, sister, you might remember too, though, 3, 4 weeks ago. And Case and I needed to do something for the podcast. It was going to take us about less than 10 minutes, easily, probably a max of 5 minutes. And I was like, I'm just tired. I'm going to bed. So like, okay, no problem. Because it was getting late and we had the time difference. Well, fast forward about an hour and a half, and I just sent her a text. I'm like, dude, are you still up after all? She goes, yeah, I am. I'm like, are you up? She's like, yeah, great. Let's get this 5 minute thing done. Freaking 12:30 at night my time, which would have been like 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning your time or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're doing stuff for the podcast. And we were probably at that point, I think we kicked off a good half hour of work, even though we only needed to do like the 5 minutes at the time. We're both like, we're awake. Let's just do it. So, right. I think that next morning I probably slept until like 11.
Right.
But I was up in the middle of the night for a freaking hour and a half doing something.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel bad if I slept in.
I think that's the thing is, so I've always been just more, I feel more productive later in the evening. And it's just one of those things though, where it's like, I can't be, working around the house, like cleaning and doing this and doing that because there are other people in the house and it's rude for me to clean the house while they're sleeping. But
Right.
why is it not considered rude for these jackasses to wake up at 5 a.m. and interrupt my sleeping?
Yeah.
That is being productive and I'm just being lazy.
Right. Because you're not sleeping in the societal norm time to sleep.
Right.
The allowed time or whatever.
Yes. It pisses me off.
Years ago. Oh, it does. I got real lucky years and years ago when I had first moved into my house, in Phoenix. My neighbors were totally aware of my work schedule and I closed a lot at the bar. So I wouldn't get home till sometimes 2, 3 in the morning. and their kids would be a little noisy getting ready for the bus and shit 'cause it's all right outside my window. And I remember probably after living in the house about maybe 3 weeks to a month, I'd pretty much met most of them. And the parents were like, listen, we told the kids, hey, if it's 5 p.m. tonight and Charlie is not home, that means she's working late. So you kids walk by her house as quiet as possible on your way to the bus in the morning. Don't wake her up. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so sweet. Like, thanks for doing that. And the kids were like, we're sorry, Miss Charlie. I'm like, it's fine. I find myself, sometimes 11:30 at night trying to trim my tree out front because that's the time I had to do it.
Right.
And I was trying to be quiet. I did not use a powered thing at the time. I just the tree was pretty small. I could use the small clippers. But, it's just everyone's schedule is different.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I wish the 5 a.m. people would understand that about the midnight people.
I know. And it's very not understood, I feel like. And not even respected.
No, it's not. Like, if my trash day is the next day, I try to pull it out that night. I wish my neighbors did that, but no. The kid likes to do it at 5:30 in the morning before he's getting ready for the damn bus. So every week at 5:30 in the morning, I get to hear the trash can getting pulled out, which then gets the dogs barking.
God.
Do you see me doing that at midnight the night before trash day? No. I pull it out at a normal daylight hours so that it's done and
Maybe
not going to
you
make any noise at the weirdest time of day for someone.
should try it at midnight, dude.
I should. I've definitely made those neighbors mad enough over the years with music that it's fine. But you're right. Like the late sleepers, it is, viewed very much so from society as you're lazy.
Right. And,
And
I mean, for for a long time I worked at the healthcare, and I worked that overnight shift. So I wouldn't get off work until 7 in the morning.
yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go home, eat something, and I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm gonna sleep all day.
yeah,
And I'll wake up, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But even when I'm working, I am working overnights. I would still get comments about, like, oh, well, you could get that done during the day. When do you want me to sleep?
you're like, well, I still need to get my 8 hours in, or 9. And screw the fact that people are like 8 hours.
Right?
I'm like, listen, I personally need 9 or 7. 7 is I'm going to work on a little sleep, but I'll deal with it. If you give me 8, I'm kind of bitchy. You give me 9, I love 9 hours of sleep.
Oh, yeah.
That's what my body wants. That's what it works best on.
I can function really good on 9. I have also found that I can randomly function pretty good on 6.
But
But if I get 7
what's odd
or
for me
8,
is 5.
no.
8 sucks. Yeah, 8. I can do really good on 5 hours of sleep, oddly.
But,
I know. I don't know how I do it.
I think it goes back to, okay, so I will go into this whole thing. And it cracks me up because my kids and I, we tried to do like an experiment, like we called it our science experiment. It didn't go great, but anyways.
Oh,
So
I remember this. Okay, yeah.
way back in the day, they used to sleep in segments. Okay, so say you would come home from work. I mean, okay, like whatever. The work probably would have been farming. So it's not like you're really coming home, like you're already. But anyways, you come in the house from farming, and you eat your meal, and you go to bed at, say, maybe 8 o'clock. But then you'd get up 4 hours later and do some more work around the house. You might get up and do some chores. You might read. You might make some babies. I don't know, right? You got a couple hours where you're awake doing some stuff. And then you're going to go back to sleep and sleep for another 4 hours or so. And so I the kids and I attempted a little science experiment where we were gonna try segmented sleep to see if we could like if because we're all the time talking, like the kids and I were all the time talking about how, oh man, when I get 8 hours of sleep, I don't feel good. Or sometimes I only like to sleep 5 hours, but then I only want to be up for a
Yeah.
couple hours, and then I could go back to sleep for a couple more hours, whatever. Like we've had those discussions. So we did try the segmented sleep. We were like gonna record ourselves doing it and whatever. But well, frankly, the flower child, once she's asleep, she's asleep. That girl's not waking up.
No, I was like, what did happen with that?
It's like, so we were trying to like set our alarms to wake ourselves up. It's because society, right? Because guess what? By the time we went down for our first segment, it was usually already 9 or 10 o'clock instead of like that earlier evening thing, right? Because I can't go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Well, man, I can't. I have a hard time going to bed if the sun's still out. Like to bed, I can take a nap.
Oh yeah, I can nap all day.
Yeah, but
But
going to bed feels weird. Yeah.
and so then you go to bed at like 10 or 12. Well, then you're trying to wake yourself back up at like 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Well, when you have a partner who has to get up for work at like 5, you don't want to have your alarm going off, waking them up. So that was my problem. Like, I can't really I cannot keep. So then the boyo, I don't remember what happened. Anyways, our experiment didn't go good. But I've always thought about that because sometimes
There.
when I have insomnia, when I'm like, man, I've only got 3 hours of sleep, but now I'm up and I can't do anything. And I'm like, I should just get up and do some damn chores around the house. And I bet this is how segmented sleep started.
You're probably right. You're probably right because I was just thinking that like the first time the insomnia kind of started for me, I was like, what is this shit? This is weird. And the first few times it's easy to get myself back to sleep with some activities and go back to bed. And then sexsomnia. And then it just turned into like, yeah, it worked. It worked. Sometimes it still works. It's always my first go-to to see if I can just get myself back to sleep. Then when I
Yeah.
can't, I'm like, well, I might as well just get up. And I'm like, but it did turn into, I was like, well, I don't want to start too big of a project. Because if I could fall back asleep, I don't want to be in the middle of a big project and not fall back asleep. Because I'm trying to keep with societal norms of, maybe be up and moving by 9 a.m.
Right.
But I just, over the past few months, well, probably a month and a half or so, I've kind of just leaned into it a little bit more. Where one of my last go-tos, but I think I told you about it, I downloaded a few games on my phone, which is not my go-to because I don't think that's healthy as far as like my brain trying to stay asleep, having the light, all that goes.
Yeah.
So it's not one of my big go-tos. But I will just, sometimes I get up and make a list of things that are going on in my brain. Now we talked about like you and I hit up. I'm like, are you still awake? Yeah, cool, man. Hey, do you want to knock some work out? Sure.
Right.
And we'll just knock some work out at 1 o'clock in the morning, or do something. Obviously, it's hard to do work in the backyard a ton, but I did that a month or so ago. Whereas like 11 o'clock at night, I went to bed at 9. By 11, I'm wide awake, can't sleep anymore. I'm out in the back pulling weeds and hosing down the backyard and shit. Might as well. I can just turn all these lights on and see just fine, and doing shit like that. So I just started embracing it a little bit more, but it definitely led to a lot of weird hours for me, for sure. Just,
Yeah, but you know what?
luckily at this time in my life, I don't have to live a normal societal thing. So I just kind of roll with it right now.
That's where I'm like, in general, even if I'm at the restaurant, I don't go in until 5 o'clock at night. And
Yeah.
I'm off by, 10-ish. depending on the night. And so, listen, I got quite a bit of time. And I have found myself, especially in a lot of these new projects we've taken on, especially with those manuals that we're doing.
Right.
I've been in the middle of those, and I'll be like, okay, it is now 5 o'clock in the morning. Go to bed. Go to bed.
I've definitely woken up with some of your texts. Hey, I know you're sleeping, but when you get up, go ahead and check this out. I'm going to go to bed right now. I'm like, why did this come through to me at 5:30 in the morning? What was she doing? Damn, dude.
I know.
I'll tell you though, there's also been nights at the restaurant where it's like 30 for me, and I'm like, oh my God, it is time for me to wind down. And I can't even call last call. And I'm like, I'm so tired. Like, this is my first bedtime.
Right?
It's time for bedtime number 1 right now, you guys, and I don't understand why we're all still awake.
Oh my God. And I will tell you another thing. Big J makes so much fun of me because it never fails. When I go to his house, when he gets off work and I go over to his house and, we're getting ready to have dinner or whatever, usually by 5:30, 6 o'clock, I am definitely sleeping on the couch. And he's always just like, you just come over here to nap on my couch, don't you? And I'm like, I know it seems like it, but I just need a little nappy time. Like, this is what I like to take a little nap. And if you just leave me alone and let me nap, it'll be fine.
Right.
Whereas for him, he's getting up so early in the morning that he's like, no, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm not trying to nap because I want to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Because
Oh, yeah.
I get up early. So, no, I'm not napping. And I'm over here. I get up whenever I want. I'll take whatever damn naps I want.
You know, I will say before, when I was still hitting the 7 to 4 job, so I'd have to get up at 6:30 in the morning. I would do everything I could at 5 to push through and not take that nap I wanted because I was so scared I wouldn't sleep at night.
Yes.
And one thing that I've noticed in the past few months of really just embracing, if I'm tired, I'm tired. If I'm not, I'm not. It is what it is even if I take that nap, I can still sometimes go to bed at 10 o'clock and be just fine.
Oh.
And I'll just end up waking up at some weird hours. Which again is something that is new for me in the perimenopause side of things. Because that was never me before. Like when I went to bed, I pretty much went to bed. I'd maybe wake up once in the night, get a little drink of water, use the restroom, right back to sleep. And that's not the case for me anymore. And so in doing that, I started being like, well, how are you not going to lose your mind? And so that's what made me start trying to just embrace it a little bit more. But I would still stop the nap. So I will say, if it's past 5:15, if it's still 5, I might nap. But if it's 5:15 or 5:30 before I think about the nap, I'm like, don't do it. Just go to bed earlier. That going to bed earlier is me going to bed at 10. And then I'm up by 1 o'clock in the morning with insomnia. So,
see, and
like, what's it matter?
I'm just like, there are times when I know it sounds wild, but oh my gosh, if I can just close my eyes and get 10 minutes, I will be a better person for everybody here.
Absolutely. Some days really are like that.
Yeah.
I think today I closed my eyes for about 20 minutes. I never fully fell asleep, but I just closed my eyes, and after a while, like, I don't think I'm going to nap after all. I'm like, it's been 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. And I went and ran my errands, got some stuff done. I was like, oh, I'm good. But I needed to, close them for 20 minutes. And then I don't want to go too far into this either, but we just haven't touched on it, and I'd like to, is, how about when we're sick?
Oh, yeah.
Like, when we are sick, I remember getting really sick a couple of years ago, and I probably slept more than I had in a long time. I mean, one day I slept for like 12 straight hours. woke up for about 5 and went right back to bed.
Yeah.
My body was exhausted and fighting off this infection that I had, that I just needed to sleep. Nothing was going to stop me from sleeping at that point.
Right.
Because that's when our bodies do their reset. They do the stuff they need to do without us being awake and aware and moving them every which way and utilizing all our muscles.
Our bodies, well, and that's the thing with sleep is just your body has so many things to do. And especially with us being women in particular, there are certain times of the month.
Yeah.
My body is doing a lot. Leave me the hell alone and let me get my sleep.
For real, dude. For
I'm
real.
exhausted. So, I mean, come on,
Listen, not to go too TMI, honestly. However, it's right when your period starts is, for me personally, I am so effing tired. I mean, beyond tired. My body is doing so much work. And that's when you got to wake up every 3 to 4 hours to make sure everything's in place and you're not having messes or whatever. So you get no actual sleep when all you need to do is sleep for probably 12 straight hours, but you can't.
right.
I'm like,
And
is
then,
this the worst trick on women in the world, or what is happening right now? Because my body is doing all this and I just want to sleep, but I can't do that comfortably, can I?
no, you can't. And, like, if you're somebody like me who is anemic anyways,
Right?
yeah, my body is already on just running so like my body doesn't really do great making the iron. It just doesn't. And so then when I'm bleeding profusely for a week, my body cannot keep up. So, yeah, I'm extra tired. I am extra tired. And you know what? It's okay. Our bodies need that sleep. And
They
just like we
do.
sleep, your body needs to do its magic work.
Yeah. Well,
There's no
because even when you're sleeping, it helps also realign all your energies. It shuts off all the negative vibrations that may have been coming throughout the day with just people around you, or, commercials you've heard, or just whatever negative energies might have been entering your field through the day. When you sleep, it gives your body that time to reset and recalibrate to its normal level of operation of vibration. I don't know the numbers for it, but that's your just normal, good, aligned level of operation. And it needs that time to do that as well.
It does.
And,
And
and just recalibrate.
in knowing that we were getting ready to do this episode, I did, just kind of like look a few things up or whatever. And I found out that there's actually a name for uh so it's called social jet lag. And it's
I'm liking the sound of this.
yeah. So it's mostly for people who their bedtimes, the amount of times that they sleep and things like that do not line up with societal norms. And so they end up, being more tired or just lower energy or whatever. It's called social jet lag
Oh,
because your
not what
bedtime.
I thought you were going to go with on that term, to be honest with you, but that's interesting.
So
Yeah.
it,
So they're cutting their own sleep cycle short to keep up with social norms, you're saying.
yeah.
That's
So like if
crazy.
your sleep cycle does not line up with society's view of what your sleep cycle should look like, you end up suffering from this social jet lag, which is also why Mondays tend to be really, really hard on people because over the weekend, maybe they've caught up on their sleep, So say your deficient, like a couple hours of sleep. And so you catch it all up. Well, then on Sunday night, you're all caught up on sleep. So you don't go to bed early. Again.
Oh, yeah.
You know the cycle. So then
Oh,
on
yeah.
Monday morning,
You're
you're
done
back.
for. Especially if you hate your job or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I should have looked into it for this because I forgot about it. There is a thing, though. I've read about it a couple of times that there's like a scientific study saying you can't ever really catch up on sleep.
Mm.
So I think that obviously there's a lot more to it, and I wish I'd remembered it. I've only seen it a few times because obviously if you go one whole day without sleeping, the next day you're going to sleep in. I think the idea behind it was that your body doesn't just catch right back up. So say if I got 2 hours last night and then tonight I get 10, my body didn't fully catch up from the night before as far as like, yeah, my mind slept or whatever the case might be, but some of the work your body does while you're sleeping still didn't get caught up on, no matter how long you actually slept.
Right. That
And
makes
again,
sense.
I didn't even I don't know why I didn't think to look that up for this because I meant to. I remembered it being on my mind, being like, oh, what about that thing where people are like, oh, you can catch up on sleep the next day? It's like, yeah, you kind of do. So you're not as tired and you can still function, but your body didn't catch up on everything it needed to recalibrate on.
Right. Like all your cells that need to be replenished and whatever.
Yeah.
Sense.
Yeah. So then they're kind of just saying, hey, that whole idea of I'll catch up on sleep tomorrow, don't rely on that because it's not always actually true that your body can actually do that.
Agreed.
So, yeah. Well, I would say our lesson learned and growth earned on this is get your Z's on, man. Listen to what your body needs and sleep when it works for you. So sometimes that extra nap makes the day possible to get through. Who cares if you sleep in or if you get up early? Utilize your day in the way that works best for you. And let's start breaking those societal norms on what is the proper time to sleep.
Yeah. And please don't participate in necrophilia.
Yes, please do not do that. Sexsomnia, go all in.
Oh gosh. In our next episode, we're going to explore pivoting in our lives. You're going to get our hot take on it. And thanks for listening. Until next time, go out there and be your favorite selves.
And hey, leave us a review if you're liking what you hear. We love to read them. It helps other people find us. And make sure you're liking and following on your favorite listening platform so you can catch all our future episodes.